Welcome, folks. This is our Design 350 lecture, Thursday, December 9th. It is our last lecture of the semester, and we're on Google Meet right now. So remember, we're working on our final portfolio presentation. There's a progress check due tonight, and then starting tomorrow, you will have until the 16th to turn it in, and that's also the last day to turn in any late work for the semester. So we've really covered a lot. We in the first 8 weeks we did the survey portion, and all of you have shown and demonstrated that you've got the basic skills and understanding of survey down. And so how to set up your equipment, how to do back sites, how to get rod readings, how to transfer those into AutoCAD, and how to, if you need to move your equipment, how to realign your new drawing to points in the old drawing using multiple back sites. So you've done all that. And so our next thing was land planning submittal. And so for your final exam, you have an opportunity to finish out one of the submittals. So I want to show you, this is essentially what goes into a submittal. There's a letter of intent. And this one was from our one that was based on foster youth. So there's a letter of intent, a letter of support, and a land planning packet. So as an example for this project, this is a real project that you were doing work on. Yesterday, we met with the Grossmont College foster youth support team and talked about our project, and they gave us some really great feedback on things that we had to make sure they liked it, they thought it was really cool, and they gave us some feedback on where we could improve our planning and some of our processes. So that was really good. And they have offered to give us a letter of support that says they are willing to work with us and, well, our client as they develop this opportunity for foster youth. So that's really cool. And they actually put us in touch with another group that is even more closely related because they're a little bit closer. So that's cool. And then, of course, we have the land planning packet. So let's take a look. Sorry, I thought that was open. Let's take a look at what that packet might look like. I'll open. And so I'm just doing a review for you here so that you can see what it looks like. Here's the project-based file. So this is a typical land planning packet. They don't always look exactly like this, but the information is there. And so in that packet, you will generally see a project proposal page that says where it is and what data is on it. And you guys have all done a great job on that. You'll see a general notes page, which we've left blank, but some of you might put some stuff in. And then some data about this particular proposed use case so that a land planner can look at it very quickly and get the gist of what the approval scope is. Compliance statements, these are always important. You need a page or two or three for people to be able to sign compliance. We've got existing site plan, existing topo and drainage, if possible, if you know it. Proposed site plan, that's really important. Just to get ahead of the game, proposed stormwater pollution prevention plan, that will be required somewhere in the process. And your proposed topo and drainage so that you know that you're not, by this project, changing something for one of your neighboring sites. water plan, power plan, mechanical plan, and then detail sheets. So that becomes a fairly full one, but I want to show you some other work that might be done. And this was done by some of our Design Hub interns. So as we were planning this, the proposed proposal and the intent and everything, here is a set of statistics, and Leah produced this for us that talk about foster care and race and ethnicity, because this goes towards being able to meet the AFFH requirements, which you studied at the beginning of the semester. Some things that you should know, about foster care facts that help us show the need for this. There's some more of that. Statistics after leaving foster care. Okay, and this is a main one, right? So approximately 200 will emancipate from foster care each year in San Diego County, most with no support plan in place to secure a healthy future. That means that most of them do not have housing, and in fact, 1 in 3 will be homeless during the first 2 years. So right there's a statistic that you can just pull up, and here's the basis of it. So Leah did a really nice job of showing where things are, how they're set, what some of the services are. This is just an excellent presentation that our clients will be able to use as they make their proposal and make their plans. In addition, we need to know what the zoning is like in San Diego County, because that's where they are. And Leah again did this one, and she's highlighted. I think that's a word. Some of the restrictions and requirements. Now, SB 9 changes this a little bit, but she did find that this site is rural residential, which allows group residential, limited, and other uses allowed by use permit. So, that's really cool right there. That says that this is an opportunity right there. It is in the summary of use regulations. So Leah found that this is allowed. And then there's just a whole bunch more stuff about, right? And look, this looks pretty much like the County of Sacramento, only a little different. So you have to be able to read these things to get into it, and you guys are all looking at that. And so this is just a whole bunch of cool data that backs up, what is an ADU, how many can you use, what types are available, what lot sizes are allowed. Leah went and really unpacked all of that data, with all of that. And even she found this Amicus site that is building not tiny houses, but small temporary shelters at a location that I think she said this is like 15 miles away. And it's on a church site. And they got the approval to do this through the same land planning group. There's 18 minutes, 9.4 miles away. So this is just great work that helps us back up what we're doing. So these land planning things can be pretty hefty. And then the DMV requirements for a tiny house, right? 13 feet 6 inches tall from the ground, 8 foot 6 wide, no more than 40 foot long. And after that, you need permits. And so that became the design requirement for the tiny houses. And here's just, different types of licenses that are used. This is how the measurement gets done, right? Typical, here's some weight information, and This is this tumbleweed group is pretty cool. They have some of this stuff. Size and weight limitations. You know, a 24. It's about 10,000 pounds for a 24-foot tiny house, and a bunch of resources. So this is again some fantastic work that goes along with land planning and a submittal. And then Wasan put together a lot of this and put together some layouts so the client could visualize. And there were 3 designs from that were done, I think, by 3 different people, so that you can see how they looked and kind of what's the look and the feel that the client might want. Some of the types of layouts, and here are some examples from Revit so that they can see. We even did it in Minecraft. Okay, so here's just some typical ways that it might be put. There's the actual site itself, so that you can tell, and you can see there's the outline of the site that we saw, and there's the high point back there. And then you've seen a lot of this. This is sort of the county map, the area map, and the site plan. And then a bunch of specific work that's very similar to what you did. Okay, more visualizations. And then here are some of those details that would be added. So here are some details, and it could be presented like this. Here it's showing the correct height. We don't have the width shown. This might be a little bit of an issue, but we've got it here. So here's 8'5" corner to corner, 24-foot long. This is sort of the arrangement of how it would work and how it would look. So it all looks like it's working out pretty well. That's a nice design. Here are the elevations for it. Here's another design that this one has a little bit of a loft. I'm not sure if this one was Vasan's or JR's. I think a few people went together and worked together on these. And here's a third one. So we've given a couple of different ideas to the client and to work on. And then, you know, those details are all important. So if somebody's looking at this and they're going, yeah, well, do we know that it's going to be built right? Do we know it's going to be built well? Here are the details, and it starts with a modular wall. And then each wall is mounted in a certain way. It can be modified for windows and doors. Corners are attached in a specific way. There's strapping involved. Here's the layout of it with additional strapping. So that's a really nice detail on the walls. Here's the roof details on how to build the roof so that it's correct. You know, is it gonna how would that actually be built and set up and worked from there? And how is this piece here and here with the joist set and everything on there? And is there going to be additional joists across? And in this case, she is showing it. So that's another really nice one that would help a contractor build it. And the floor details, what I liked about what Wasan did is she took the module, this is a wall module, and just applied it to the floor because it's a 24-footer. So that becomes the floor on the trailer, and it can either be mounted on a deck or on the rails because it's perfectly strong to do the job, and then they can just be nailed together as they go. And then, you know, what goes on it? You probably need some metal flashing underneath if there's not already a deck, and then some sort of vapor barrier, then the floor, then this and this, the frame. Some insulation. That's a really nice added feature to this design. And then your deck. So, and then how do they go together? And how do they mount? This is just really nice set of details that are added. Of course, this was a lot of work. This was a whole semester's worth of work. Here are the plumbing details. So does a bathroom actually work, and can it be done? And this shows how it would be done. Another really nice portion of the design, and how it would fit in a typical tiny house. So there it is, and there's if you need to get a hold of Wasan, there she is. This was an excellent presentation. This is the type of presentation that you would give to a client to get the job. And they go, yes, we like this. We want you to do the job. And so this was a significant amount of work. You should know that if you're going to be a contractor or an architect or a designer, that there's a bunch of work before you actually get the job, and then you hope you get it. So this is very well done. I just wanted to show you the full scope of one of these. Now, what's required for this class is what's shown on here. Okay? The demographics, the zoning, the tiny home, the tiny house. However, if you're interested, you can ask Leah and Wasan if you can incorporate their work to show what a full collaborative project would be, so long as you attribute the work to whoever did it. You could put links to those in your letter of intent, particularly, similar projects. So all of that could be pulled together. By the way, this provide intent of rental agreements and CC&Rs, that was a really important topic to our foster youth professionals that we talked with yesterday. They are very interested in seeing something, a model developed there that might provide some benefit, because they're not really happy with what happens to their foster youth with some of the rental agreements that they are required to sign. So that will be important. So there we go. I'll tell you, people will be impressed when they see this work. And if you're interested in adding links to the work I just showed you, just contact Leah and Wasan. You can either contact them through me or through the Design Hub, or if you've got their contact because you were in a class with them before, you can do that. Of course, Leah is in this class. You can just reach out and ask for permission to reference their material in your packet, and I'm sure they'll be glad to give it to you, because this is outstanding work. Really, really outstanding work. So there we go. You've really done a lot. I want to congratulate you all for the scope of what you've been able to do this semester. It's just been nice, and I want to reiterate that when I keep getting excellent submittals and really nice work, it makes my job so enjoyable, because I can just hand out great grades because I'm so impressed with what I see. And that was the case this semester with all of you. So congratulations. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress check today. I'll make feedback, and I'll be very impressed, I'm sure, with your final submittals that are due no later than the 16th. Now, I want to just tell you a little bit about the schedule. So up until here, I expect that you're going to take maybe 9 to 12 hours this week in these days to get this done. But finals week is not supposed to have that load. There's 2 hours allowed for finals, and we're expected to give review that maybe takes 2 or 3 hours. So over this finals week, where there are no classes, no labs, no meetings, you're expected to work maybe between 2 and 5 hours on this submittal. So keep that in mind as you're working through. If you have it all done here, and I say, oh, just go submit it there, you can do so. Actually, um, you don't even have to submit it. If I say so, I'm going to tell you, and don't bother to submit. I'm just going to duplicate your grade. Just read your feedback that I give here. Most, as I was saying, the feedback is going to be very positive. I know because I've seen your work, I've seen what you've been doing. Very impressive group as a whole. You've made the semester enjoyable for me. So thank you very much. Congratulations, and I'm wishing you a happy holiday once you've got your final little submittals in. I hope you have a great holiday, and I look forward to seeing you in class next semester if you're doing additional design tech work. Thanks. Bye.